Hello, boys and girls. This is Miss Sin, and I'm going to briefly tell you a little bit about geothermal, and then briefly tell you about the websites and resources you'll be using to learn more about this energy source. So geothermal, geo means from the earth, thermal means heat. So that literally tells you what this resource is from, heat from the earth. This paragraph here, this is the page you'll be going to. This tells you that it is renewable and what that means. This, you can click here and I'll read this paragraph for you to help you learn a little bit more about it. Then when you go to these two sites down here, one at a time I'll tell you about them. The first one here, Alliant Energy. This tells you what I just said. Geo means from the earth, thermal means heat. So we have examples of this as hot lava coming from volcanoes, hot steam coming from a geyser. So what mankind has learned how to do is to use that heat to heat our homes and other places. So here it tells you that about 4 feet underground, the temperature stays the same, about 55 degrees all the time. And because of that, people have figured out that they can bury these pipes, and then depending on what time of year it is, that heat will come into our houses or buildings, and then in the summer it will reverse and it will take the heat out of our houses back into the earth. So it gives you a little bit more details there, and even in a school. And if you go to the other website, it just gives you pretty much the same details, that right under the earth is about 55 to 60 degrees all the time. In places that it's closer, it's hotter. That's where some places they put wells in and they put cool water down there, and then they run that water through rocks, and then they create a system that will generate electricity. Okay, so this gives you some more information about that. Down below, back to this page, it gives you a clearer picture, I think, if you use this graphic. So here is below ground, magma level, here's the hot rocks, and here's the water. And you can see the color changing. This water is hot, so it's going to come up as steam, and someone has built this system. That steam comes up, creates this turbine to move. Then inside here is the generator, which I've told you about. That generator has the copper wires going around a magnet that creates the electricity, and here you see it going through the wires over to the tower to go across to wherever it needs to go. That water steam then cools off. You can see it changing colors here to show that, and then it totally cools off, so it comes back down into the earth. It heats back up thanks to just the natural heat of the earth. And that continues, so we would call this a closed system, and that we are just using that heat from the earth to create electricity, and then to heat our homes or other buildings. And this graphic down just a little further basically shows you the same picture, same situation happening. Might be clearer for some of you. So heat from the earth creates that steam. Here's where your generator is, creating the electricity, and then coming down, cooling back off, back to the earth to cool off again. In some places, they put pipes in, as it told you over here. Was it on this one or this website? And then the water just brings the heat out of your house. It doesn't turn to steam. So there's kind of 2 ways that this can work. So hopefully you'll read this and reread this and listen to me, or read this on your own, and that'll hopefully help you understand geothermal energy source a little bit more. So do your best.